No, it's Polo. You watching Europe TV? Holla at me.
Ooh, ah, yeah, yeah, ooh, oh. Ooh, ah, yeah, yeah, ooh, oh. Na, 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 na. Oh, ah, oh. Ain't no stopping me. That's how it gotta be. I'm a hot commodity. That's how it gotta be. Ain't no stopping me. Oh, how it's gotta be. Oh, hot commodity. How it's gotta be.
Polo,
What's good, man?
what's happening with it, my boy?
You already know, long time supposed to been did this.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact.
You know, shit happens.
What you got going on these days, bro?
Shit, really about to tap in for real now.
Word.
Now about to really get serious with the music now.
Word.
You know what I mean? Just not just with the music, just a couple of things I got coming up. Fast.
Word.
Couple.
All right. Well, let's start off with where you from, bro.
Originally, I'm from Brooklyn.
Word.
Originally Brooklyn, born in Brooklyn. You know what I mean?
Raised in Brooklyn, too?
Raised there for a certain extent. I wound up moving. 1997, 98, I wanted to say, to be exact. My grandma, we wound up moving to Newport News, Virginia.
Word.
Yeah. So it was like, and I was adopted, so you feel what I'm saying? That was a different ball game.
Word.
So it was like, going from one city, I was just thinking that VA was going to be the South, nigga.
Nah, I spent some time in VA, man. It ain't the South like that. Yeah, it ain't the South like that. Yeah.
So
It's
to
still
me,
city kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, I kind of liked it, but then, you know, when you growing up and now you the new kid in the hood, you know how that's going to go. It was like, I had to get through that part, but that's just typical shit. I got through that. So VA.
That's what it is, man. What's your origins in music, man? How you start making music? Let's do that.
I say for me, it was like, I grew up in a house to where being from New York, partying is a big thing. No matter what time of the day. You could, for me, I could be asleep 2:30 in the morning, I'm waking up to a song. My granddad done turned something on. You feel what I'm saying? So now, we in here jamming. Grandma mad as hell, she done woke all the kids. Like, I grew up like that. So it was like, for me, it was like young, like 5, I was just like, just the sounds. First, it was just falling in love with just the beat. You know what I mean? I like that funky sound you could hear. Then as you get a little older, okay, I like the wordplay now. Now, you feel what I'm saying? Like, now I like it. Like, damn.
Name some artists you grew up on.
Let's say earlier, younger, I say
yeah.
mainly, a lot. Heard a lot of Big.
Word.
Believe it or not, we heard a lot of Pop.
Mm.
Big Pop. Jay. Let's see.
That was circulating in New York and all that good stuff?
Yeah, like
Word.
niggas is listening. Like, that's crazy because a lot of niggas on the West Coast, they think that niggas don't showing them love, but like when Snoop came out with that flavor, oh, that was different.
Yeah.
Especially being a kid from the city, like, I thought that was just a different sound. I was like, yo, I fuck with that.
Word.
You feel what I'm saying? Because when you in New York, everything is lyrical compared to in the South. Like,
Well,
South.
it used to be. It's a little different now.
Yeah. It's getting there still.
yeah.
It's getting there, but be real, that lyrical shit is with, you know what I mean? That's what they looking for.
Word.
Like, if you want to rap battle in New York City, nigga, stop. Nigga want to hear a lyrical. If you can't say no punchlines in the first few, you probably walk away. Like, you gotta have a punchline, nigga. Like,
Yeah.
so
I feel you.
niggas like that, Snoop. Let me see what else I like coming up. Younger. I fuck with Ice Cube too.
Ice
And
Cube.
I think it was his aggressive wittiness he had on the mic.
Word.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, think about how today was a good day. It was smooth, but it was that just waking up. And, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that was hard. Like, I fuck with that. Like, so niggas like that. Bone Thug.
Yeah.
It was just different. Like, I listened to music that caught my ear. Or,
I feel that.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
That's what it is, man.
I listen to.
You say you was adopted, like.
Yeah.
How was it growing up adopted, man?
I mean, being that I had a grandma that was actually, she didn't look at me like anything else. It was kind of cool. Like, we had our tough times. The tough times would be just like this with the norm, what we go through in the hood. Something like you could have lights on 6 months straight and then you could be out of lights. You feel what I'm saying? Then you gotta, so that, and I guess just the not having mom and dad, like, that's the difference. Because at one point it was my grandma and like 8 kids. She took all of them. Like,
Word.
she was that type of woman. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna see these kids fail. Like, me and my sister could have went a whole nother different way. But just to keep us together with my baby sister. So it was like,
That's a big thing right there to me, man. Like the older generation of women, our grandmas and stuff, they raised a lot of kids dolo, man. You know what I mean? These new girls, this new age shit, I don't know what's going on. You feel me? Like, I don't know what's happening. Shorties don't even want to be moms. You
At
feel
all.
me?
Like, you just hit it right on the head. Like, cause social media tell you that too. You sit back and look, and that's, like, I was talking to my shorty grandma earlier, and she was just telling me, and I was just like, that's what made me want to talk to her, because of the fact that you could tell that she had somebody older that was, you feel what I'm saying, that told her certain things. Cause like you said, like, now these women now got kids and you wouldn't even know they got a kid.
Facts.
Back then you knew.
Yeah, you definitely knew. It was with them all the time.
Exactly. You won't know your kid gonna be with you. Or women will, if my kid can't come, then I ain't gonna come. Now it's a difference. I gotta leave my kid here.
Yeah. Partying and shit. A little bit about your history as a jit, man. I know I asked you about the adoption joint, man, but you say you're from the hood and all that good stuff. How was it coming up, man, in New York?
I say, I'm gonna break it down, because like I said, so, okay, being in New York, my first school I went to in New York was PS 289.
Word.
That's how vivid my memory is.
Is that a big school in New York?
Yeah, it's like, because pretty much most of the PS is public schools. So when y'all say it, but it was labeled PSs. That's how we did it a lot of times. So they start changing, you got your different names. I started out PS 289, Park Place, over there by No Street Ave. So
okay.
we walk through the big park every day, go to school. It was a different culture, I say, because then it was just fun seeing the city, like big lights, you know what I mean? Like a bunch of cars, it's lit up. So then it was just, I was really a kid.
Right.
It wasn't until we moved to VA, and then I started doing the going back. Oh, that's when shit was like, okay, now we off the porch now.
Word.
Because like I said, at the same time with having a grandma there, my grandma also worked for one of the biggest hospitals in Virginia at one point, which was Centera Hospital.
Centera, yeah.
She worked there, so she was 24/7. So we ain't got nobody to really tell her. Like, grandma could say that, but grandma, if you ain't there to, you know what I mean?
That's a fact.
My granddad, on the other hand, was just totally different. He was well off, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? He was just one of them granddads who, he was just there.
Word.
You feel what I'm saying? But you learned a lot also from, like I said, from being adopted and not having a father figure.
Yeah.
You look for that man that's there. So I learned also from him and his mistakes of the shit not to do, not to be like him.
I feel that.
So when I hit VA, that's when shit was just crazy.
Same for me, man. Something about VA, man. That shit.
It's
VA
like,
breed hustlers, bro.
Exactly. It's just like, I'm being from, then it's just.
And Newport News ain't nothing to play with.
At all.
Yeah,
I keep trying, like, people don't understand, like, when you, I know 7 cities, they keep talking about it now, and they talking about, it's just like the boroughs in New York. You got 5 boroughs, you got 7 cities in VA.
Fact.
So just imagine being from there. Like, it was at one point, I know, like, the first 2 weeks I got there in VA, nigga, I probably fought like every kid on the block.
Word.
Just to let niggas, like, bro, I remember one time when we moved to 32nd and Wick. Moved to 32nd and Wick, I was just standing on 31st and Madison. My grandma got one of the biggest houses, big 5-bedroom house, 2 stories actually.
Yeah.
She had got it, you know what I mean? But we wound up moving there, from there to 32nd and Wickham. Anybody that's from VA know what I'm talking about. But we wound up moving there by Huntington Middle School. So I went out there, we got the homie neighborhood. You know, the homies blood neighborhood and shit. So I went to the basketball court and out there hooping. I got into it with one of them niggas. I know I got to fight 6 of them niggas. So I wound up fighting all of them niggas that day. Came home, grandma mad as hell. She's about to rally up the family. I'm like, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm taking her. I'm good. Next day, I'm like, look, I'm about to go back to the same basketball court. She like, nah. I'm like, look, this is where I stay at. I had to break it down to grandma. This is where I stay at. Like, I'm not about to be running.
Hey.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? I can't do that. Like, I'm like, grandma, I'm gonna be good. You just see. And it was crazy because the same day I went out there that day, them same boys is out there. But they were running the game, but they was shorter man. So I wound up picking up, wound up playing with the boys, and you know how it just went from there. I still remember that day, because it's like one of my most vivid memories, because I just be thinking like, yo, I remember that when you feel me? I wound up being out with them niggas all night, wound up getting on punishment for being out late with them niggas, don't even know them. Yeah. Same niggas that jumped me, but it's just how it is when you in the hood. Like, anybody that's from the hood or had to move around a lot and different, and you had to be in that environment, you would know exactly what I'm talking about.
I feel you.
You had to shake something. You won't just walking through that one's gonna work.
Nah.
We ain't never
Niggas say that though. They talk, oh, I'm good everywhere. Trust me.
Hell no.
Nobody's good nowhere.
No.
You ain't walking down niggas'
Even
blocks.
as a kid, you definitely, because you know how it is when we kids, we was more gang than mobbed up then. You walking down the street, you on your bike, and then 13 other niggas, oh, they gonna turn that bike around. Who's this nigga right here? So it was just like one of them things. They really, and so I quote the breaking the entering.
Word.
Yeah, breaking the entering, conspiracy, commit felony.
Oh, you got a felony?
No, I almost had it.
Word. So how you beat it?
Because, for one, the DA was trying to argue the fact that we was running the crib to steal weed at that time. This is like early 2007, 2008. And when that exotic thing was really on the scene. So if you in here in the court system and you trying to hit us for going into the crib and emphasizing on taking something that's illegal, when you got a judge, like you got a lawyer like I had, they argued that back like, well, y'all trying to hit them for stealing shit, well, basically shit that's illegal for people to have anyway. That's what they were trying to hit us with. And then see, for me, it's a Commonwealth state. So I got hit with the breaking the entering. And
one gram can get you a year.
What?
Depending on what you got going on.
Like I was like, yo, that was crazy. I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah,
so that's basically what she argued. Like, yo, look, y'all trying to hit these boys with they broke into the crib to go steal weed, but weed is illegal in the United States anyway. You feel me? Yeah. So that's how we did. And for me, I had probation. I wanted to get on probation. Had to leave the hood because it was hot. Like, nigga, I ain't know what I did was hot. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Wound up going to the Bethel High School, same high school Allen Iverson played for. Moving over with my aunt and shit. Wound up going over there. Yeah. In Hampton, yeah. By the AMC 24. They know what I'm talking about. Like,
I know you talking about. I told you I was out of 7 cities. Yeah. I just moved back to Greenville from the 7 cities. Right. So I was out there. You feel me? I know a lot about that spot, man. Let's jump back into the music, bro. What would somebody say? If I wanted to ask? I just say this. How would you explain your music to people? I done heard a couple tracks, you know what I'm saying? I know, but to the audience, how would you explain your music?
I mean, for me, I think I want to bring back or give you that music to inspire. Like,
word.
Whether it be a trap song, whether it be a twerk song, whether it be a song you just sit down and ride to. I want to bring back the messages that we used to have in our songs. We not doing that no more. We emphasizing so much on just the trap music or so much on just the club. Like, even with we not saying nothing in it. And at the same time, if you know, like I know, music is supposed to uplift and motivate.
It was original. That's what they was doing originally.
Exactly.
Yeah. And white people on them labels and switched it all around and fucked us up.
And I know that. I realized it because. And you could just tell with that, well, how the economies and how black people has because then we could did it. Oh, we could come together quick, easy. Like I like the way Atlanta rappers do, cause if you got a buzz and you really pushing yourself in Atlanta, like everybody in Atlanta who rapping gonna put you on that. That's just how they are. Like that's a lot of people don't know. Atlanta is the one state it's more successful black people in any other state. That's Atlanta. People don't know that, like it's because of the fact that the culture and how we was
Black Hollywood.
Exactly, like it was. When you got money, you don't really care about the next man money. I could tell you a few lines to go ahead and get some money real quick. It ain't gonna hurt me.
Yeah, Atlanta been running strong too, man, for a while. You know what I'm saying? They started with what they started off with? Big Boy, Outkast.
Outkast, one of my favorite rap groups. Arguably might be the best rap group duo to be in the game. Okay,
I know Andre up there. He one of the sickest.
Andre worked, man. It was different.
Word.
Like Andre was different. Like when I heard Roses, I was like, yo, 3K's silly, bro. Yeah. It's like 3K silly, bro. You can't that type of talent and to be able to rap like that, you can't.
Niggas ask him why he want to come back to music, man. I don't know why he want to come back to music. He say he ain't motivated. I guess because he listening to the music out, he looks like, man, this.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I like being a real. Because as artists also, when we decide to hop into that light, we be like, okay, I want to rap, I want to be a singer. Yeah. We were also fans of this thing too, first. So being a fan of it, he's speaking from being a fan of music. Like, damn, like, when I was coming out, like, yeah, we could do that. Because, like, Outkast were trendsetters. Like, what niggas is doing in videos now and style of, like, the niggas is doing that already.
Big fact.
Especially they was just weird. That's what made them different, bro.
Yeah.
From anybody that was rapping in Atlanta, like, we gonna do it different, bro. That's what separates you when you rapping, when you doing anything with music, like or anything in life. You have to separate yourself from You know, like you can't. For me, I don't want to be that rapper that. Oh, he remind me. I take the. You could compare me, but in so much, I want to be myself.
Word.
Like let it be Polo. Like, yo, I like when they say you different. Yeah, I like that. Cause I don't want to be like that. I don't knock the next. But I don't like the same trend.
Why you feel like music done turned into what it turned into, man? Like these days, man, all I'm hearing these days is drill music, really.
Technology.
Technology? Mm-hmm. What about it?
Because of the fact that a lot of these boys, we're not dumb.
You said we're not dumb?
We're not dumb. We're far from dumb. Now we realize that everything's about a stream and a dollar real quick. I'll make some bullshit to get a stream and a dollar. Technology. If you took away the technology to make the artist have to go harder now, and what he put out, his content, what he say now, because he don't have the access to technology. Why you think that now you see a bunch of the rappers that we listen to, they got accounts now like your Spotify's to get them, because they didn't have it. Imagine if them niggas had it then.
Yeah.
A lot of rappers who will look at a state now in the game and be like, but we know from our era, we be like, he was hard. Like, they would have blossomed in. That would have helped some of them undercard rappers, but they didn't have it.
Yeah, technology is definitely a big role, man. Now we got fast ass internet, so you could talk to somebody in China right now. You know what I'm saying? Like Roddy Ricch, he got popping overseas first. 6ix9ine too. Them niggas learn how to market. They market that shit overseas. Huh?
They giving you that bag over there too.
That's a fact. That's a fact. If you can make it overseas, you don't even need a US.
Exactly.
6ix9ine proved that.
Exactly.
He got rich off overseas touring. He ain't never tour over here. Never. You know what I mean? So it's a bag out there, man. It's a bag out there. And you right. Young niggas see that. Young niggas see that. They like, I gotta get that bag right there. What you think about this coronavirus shit, man?
Coronavirus. You on the bullshit opinion or you on the honest opinion?
What you mean, man? It's Sheriff TV, man. Stop playing with me, bro.
See, this is why I want to do this, because I know I could say
this ain't no politically correct shit, man.
Honestly, we just as black people gotta wake up and look at a lot of stuff that they're telling us, in my opinion. Because from what I did my research on, I'm still researching, so I don't want nobody to hit you up and be like, why your mans? I'm still doing my research. Before I was researching, the coronavirus was discovered in 1972, supposedly. In 1972. And then you just do your research on stuff like what Bill Gates been talking about.
What he been talking about?
The 5G towers.
What Bill Gates been talking about? What you been talking about, man? I seen niggas talking about Bill Gates.
Bill Gates spoke on.
I never looked into it.
Bill Gates spoke on an outbreak that could happen 2 years ago.
Word.
That could be, well, basically how he said, medically determined or whatever the case may be. He basically just said it before it happened. It's like a subliminal or whatever the case may be. Then you do your research on it. I was reading a document and they were saying how him, Obama, and a couple of other Congress people are right now supposedly going to court as we speak through this time right now for organ harvesting and a bunch of other things.
For real?
Has a list, bro.
They in court?
When I get you the doc, I'm gonna definitely send it to your email.
Word,
I'm gonna send it to your inbox. Because somebody forwarded it to me.
I don't really be on the internet a lot no more. I just post my shit and get off.
Because like the internet is tricky.
Man.
The media, it's gonna portray you a certain way. Yeah.
See, right now it's fucking with people's mind.
Yeah.
Niggas don't know if it's 5G. Niggas don't know if it's a bioweapon. Niggas don't know if it's even going in.
Look, bro, I go off of what was stated. The dude from Microsoft who's supposed to be fired right now, one of the head dudes that was creating the 5G was trying to break it down and tell the U.S. like, yo, don't approve of that 5G. That technology is too advanced.
Oh, he got fired?
Yeah. He done came out with a document and all that. I watched it. See, I don't never say nothing if I don't know my homework. That's one thing my grandma told me. Do your homework or something before you speaking.
That shit crazy.
I seen it. White guy with the glasses. Anybody, y'all could look it up. Y'all see what I'm talking about. He came out. He was explaining to him about the 5G towers and what does it do. Because you gotta understand once those towers are up and where they're put. They're put in predominantly black neighborhoods or what we call low income or poverty neighborhoods. They're not gonna be put inside. So what we're gonna do with the coronavirus is we're gonna keep everybody in the house so we can go ahead and put those towers up.
That shit remind me of that game. You remember that game? What's that game that came out, man, on PlayStation? Watch Dogs.
Yeah, I remember that. I was just thinking that. I couldn't come to
that Watch Dogs shit. Cause look, they can control red lights with their cell phones and shit like that. That shit don't sound like it's far-fetched though.
5G makes you can be able to do that. You're gonna be able to, even like you got dudes, the construction workers is right now because they got videos from Trent. They talking about like how even putting up these towers are harming them or sickening to them. Like
For real?
Yeah. Like because I just watched that video this week. I was on my lunch break and I was watching it. I was like, damn, this shit's crazy. Like,
but see, that's why I'm like. You gotta get a dosage of the internet and get off.
Yeah.
That shit had your mind going everywhere, bro. It'll have you mad as fuck. That's why I don't watch slave movies.
None of that.
I don't watch shit like that.
Because
it's gonna trigger me.
It's going, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I had watched Get Out, I was looking at white people like, what the fuck y'all got going on?
See, it's a subliminal, and we just sitting around thinking it's a movie, bro. They trying to tell you what's up right
Nigga,
now.
what? Hey. I started looking around like, oh, hell
what's
no.
up right now, nigga. Y'all, this is scary. Your asses better pay attention. Black people, we better pay attention and wake up and stop just... Because at the end of the day, we gotta look at it. We listen to things that was taught to us from history.
Yeah.
If your grandma told you that, her mama told her that, her mama told her that, that's history. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta think about everybody that stepped outside the box or try to do something different in history that they not here. You're not gonna
they die.
You're not gonna be here. You know too much.
That's facts, bro. I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like
talk too much.
a real hero don't last long.
There's not posted.
Yeah.
You're supposed to come put your message and say what you have to.
That nigga Jay-Z said, 2 options. Die, be a hero. Live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Remember that shit? That right there. But he got that shit from Dark Knight, though. Dark Knight said that shit, though. If you watch Batman, he said that shit.
I feel like now is just more of a time that we really gotta like. So we gotta wake up and see.
Word.
Like, what's up?
I agree, man. It's a tough time we in right now, man. Niggas wearing masks all over the city.
All of that, because they don't know.
Yeah.
It's the coronavirus. No, it's the vaccine that they're taking that's gonna kill you, dog. It's not a virus.
And so that's what I'm saying, bro. All this information, man. I'll be like, man, what the fuck is happening?
Vaccine, bro. It was a girl that came out. She had posted on Twitter. She had like 1.2 million. She was like, she went to the doctor because her taste buds was just off.
Yeah.
And she was like, she didn't have a temperature. None of that. It's Twitter video. It's even a doctor that came out. She, like, these people have millions of views on what they said. And they're like, yo, y'all being misled. Y'all not informed right about what's going on. And the shorty said the same thing because she was mad. She was like, yo, I went to the doctor just because my taste buds weren't right. And this doctor told me that I have. See, he didn't test me for it or nothing. He just told me that I have it. And I already knew what she was saying. Like, yeah, that's so they're gonna try to get you that vaccine. It's going.
I heard also though that motherfuckers like that go to the hospital, bro. They don't even like if you die in the hospital, they just chucking this shit up to COVID-19. Like they not even really giving you the real causes of niggas' deaths. That shit kind of nuts though.
Because it's a virus right now. Why would you?
That shit kind of wild.
That's why
bro.
I said one time.
That's how they gonna hike up the death numbers though.
It's the wrong time for us to even go to the doctor. If you're sick, stay home.
Stay the fuck home. Try
If
to
you
use some
sick,
natural
stay
remedies.
home, brother. If you cut yourself, hey, stitch your shit back up, homie. Like, don't go to the doctor, my nigga. Like, black people don't go to the doctor right now. It's just really not. Don't go, bro.
Word.
It's just common sense. We don't got common sense no more.
I feel that, man. Where you see yourself in 2 years, man, if you put your foot on the gas? You know what I'm saying?
2 years.
Man. Put your foot on the gas, you don't bullshit. Keep dropping, what do you think?
2 years, I see there in the game.
Word.
Where I'm at there, as far as like, how they do social media followers, and they're established as an artist in the game, there.
But think about this too. I always say success is measured by you, right? Once you make your first song, if you got songs already on Spotify and Audio Mac, you in the game. You just not at the level of these other niggas.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Right, you're right. That's definitely right.
You in the game already.
I say to the to where we're really getting a check off of it. I say to you like that. Because for me, my thing with music is, for me, while I'm deciding to tap in with music and really take it serious now, I'm about to drop, not to get off topic, but yeah, Dark Web mixtape out right now. That's on all platforms. You can get it. Dark Web, just type in Polo, you can get it. Second tape, I'm about to go ahead and get ready to prep and drop that.
Word.
But the reason why I took it serious because I looked at it like, I got a real life gift and talent. And I never seen myself, scratch that, my grandma would tell you, she never seen myself to be a worker, like for the next person, the rest of my life. I feel like if I got a gift for talent, and it can actually make me a substantial amount of money that I can take care of myself and my family and my peers around me, why not go hard for that? Because the job not going to care. They would just want you to come in and do the job to the best of your ability to help their job. That's what I learned on working for jobs. So whether I was the manager, the line leader, I learned how they operated with their job. Like, you know what? Okay. Just like with music.
Last thing you
Trying
care
to be
about is
famous
fame.
is the last thing I care about. Because I'm smart enough to know that being rich is the same thing. It's the same thing. But when you don't know that, then you feel what I'm saying? Like, because you could be famous as hell and be broke. I ain't trying to be like that.
But I think too, also when you being famous, you can always climb back up faster than those other guys. Because everybody knows you. Like, really, the only reason why Drake is more famous than you, I mean, the only reason more people know Drake than know you, bro. You see what I'm saying? That's why. The world knows Drake, nigga. You can't go nowhere in the city and say, who is Drake?
Exactly.
They're like, who is Drake? They're gonna look at you like you never lived on Earth.
Okay, right. So now look at Drake. Now, if we could get his account here, how much is Drake worth?
And that's because
got that money, man.
That's because he invested in himself and went
Exactly.
crazy.
So that's what I mean. Like the fame, because if you look at
fame come with it, man.
Yes.
Honestly,
if you look at hip hop, and no shade to the younger rappers, but they're really doing a lot of stuff mainly for fame. Because they want to be on the scene. They probably can care. As long as they can get a few dollars off of that, they're good with that. That's their mindset. That's not my mindset. Like, I'm smart enough to know that I want a distribution deal from a label, bro. That's what I want. You're not going to milk me, bro. I want to own my publishing. If we can't talk about that, we can't talk about nothing. Because I know if you give me $2 million, you're giving me $2 million because you know you can make 6.
or 40.
Exactly. You gotta be smart. Like,
you
so
think they'll do it for 6, bro? They don't be doing it like
so
that.
it's like,
nah, that shit, like, nigga, you know how much they made off 50? What, man? 50 signed a 360.
that's what a contract young boy in right now.
Word?
Yeah, see him 360 deal right now.
Oh, that's why niggas be hating
He
them?
getting so much money, but he don't even know how much more money.
They
That's why
getting, yeah.
P, that's why Master P came out and was like, yo, he wish he could manage him, because he was like, he know how much money he can make on his own right now. He getting so much that he don't even know how much he can get.
Word.
And Master P saying, I ain't even gonna debate. It's P, bro. You got
Still, he the hottest nigga in the game, bro.
He is.
NBA getting rich off niggas, bro. I'm telling you, he getting that bag. Niggas say what you need.
Because you gotta understand, let's break NBA down. Like, I broke NBA down because I ain't gonna lie. Like, at first I wasn't a fan. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why, because I judged him like what we tend to do sometimes, which we shouldn't do, but I judged him off of how he was moving in the video compared to actually. And I was like, yo, you know what? Let me tap in real quick. Like, let me listen, because let me see what he's saying. He's an artist. It's just what it is. I mean, if I could talk to some person, I'd tell him it's a few things, but as he get older, he gonna learn it. He's an artist, bro. Not everything he drops I'm a fan of it. Some of his shit I could actually sit back and be like, yo, that was a real song. 10 years from now, I know I'm gonna bump that young boy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he just really been through it. You could hear that in his song. You young, you been through everything. Nigga, you seen his interview on Complex. The nigga asked the nigga one time, was like, yo, you had any of these shoes? Son was like, yo, I ain't never had none of this shit till I got rich.
For real?
Straight, that was the realest. Like, any nigga I seen to go on Complex. Nigga said, I stole the 14s I got from my cousin and they were too small. Nigga said, I ain't never had none of this shit. I bought all this when I got money. Yeah. Nigga been through it, bro.
That's what's up.
He put in all his pain. It's just what you gonna get.
What would you say to the youth, man? You know what I'm saying, with your voice, man. You could blow up tomorrow depending on how the world turn in your favor. It's just all up to you. But what would you say to the youth? Some encouraging words. You know
I mean, mainly I tell them to be themselves and do it your way. Because as I'm learning right now, because it's funny, you're not a person to talk about a person. It's easy to talk about somebody else when it's not you, or give you an insight of what. And then you got to also learn that doing something another man's way may not be your way. Like, I never looked at the way a nigga got money and thought that was my way again. Like, I never did that. Like, oh, son, nah. I might have took bits and pieces, but I ain't never think that was my way of doing it. You got to stay true to yourself and find something that you love, like, and really invest your time into it. Because being in the hood or what they're called the streets ain't something you could wake up and put your name tag on, nigga, and be like, yo, I wanted. That ain't something. You gotta be born in this shit, bro. Like, you gotta come from it. If you ain't come from it, don't try to do that. Cause it's a lot of niggas that's doing that right now. They not from, they don't know nothing about, nigga, you don't even know if you gonna eat tonight. Nigga, yeah, you might have ate only in school today type shit. They don't know nothing about that shit. But they want to portray that. So you're making a mockery of somebody else who really been through that. Like, come on, we can't do that.
I agree, man. I agree.
We gotta uplift each other and really.
So you know, I be letting niggas get their bars off, man.
Yeah.
You got something for me?
Do I got something for you? Let's see what I got.
Let's see what you got.
Let me see.
You want a beat, bro?
I don't need no beat. I can do
sure?
it.
All right, go ahead. Let's see what you got, man. Polo, Yerb TV 252.
I told him, I said, before you say my name, I think you better stop it. This rap shit is easy because I do it like I'm robbing. These niggas dick riding. Even Batman needed robbing. I'm coming from the ghetto, so you know that I'm a problem. Out here in these streets, I was taught to keep a stick because that love could turn to hate and get a lot of niggas hit. He had it on his shoulder, shoulda had it on his hip and all that. Talking out his ass, gonna have him bleeding on his lips. Sitting on the steps, trying to make a play. These niggas wearing those, man, to me that shit is gay. This is some slice shit.
Word.
You feel me?
Word.
The mixtape definitely coming. Oodles and noodles. Yeah. It's
That's
gonna
what
drop.
it is. That's what it is. Hey, I think you should probably get a nose ring though, bro.
Nah, I'm not.
That nigga said these niggas wear nose rings.
They gonna boo me. He can rap, but he think he Tupac. Nah.
Man, that shit crazy. I'm just fucking with you, nigga. Hey, let everybody know where they can find you on social media, bro.
Look, my Instagram is Brooklyn You Birthed Me. Pull me up. Twitter, Polo, 4th and J. That's why I'm not. Facebook, I'm really trying to fall off of that, because that ain't really, that's where it's at, but it ain't where it's at.
I feel you.
You feel what I'm saying? The Instagram, like I said, Brooklyn You
Instagram,
Birthed
you
Me.
jumping?
That's what I need y'all, everybody to follow me. That Brooklyn You Birthed Me Instagram, you can see.
Spell it out.
It's BROOKLYNUYOU, birth, BRRTH. Me and me. Brooklyn You Birthed Me.
That's what it is, man. Yeah. Hey, those that's watching, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's Yerb TV 252. Follow my boy Polo on all his social media sites. Appreciate you for watching. Make sure you follow us on all our social media. Did I already say that shit?
Yeah, you said it. And I need our hoodie. Get them hoodies.
Yeah. That's a fact, man. Yerb hoodies and stuff.
What you doing, Quasi? Shit. Working on my bankroll. Trying to flip it cause I'm tired of the same old. Getting richer on these niggas, that's my main goal. That's my main goal.